Hey, welcome back, guys. This is what we have today. Okay, so let's go straight to the point in solving this question. So I'm reading the question. The position vectors of P and Q are 5i plus 4j plus 8k and negative I plus 2j minus 2k respectively. So these four, the P and then Q is the position vector for it. So we have to find what if the distance between them is 7, then find the value of what A. So let's take this point. So solution. So let's take this point, this P, and then this what Q. So let's join them. So this position for P and then position for Q. Are you guys okay? Now they are telling us that what the distance between them is what 7. That means from here to here is what 7. Are we okay? And then we have to find the value of, so this is the position vector for P. We can see that the value of A, so we have to find the value of A. Okay, sure. So how are we going to do this? So let's take a unit vector in the direction of what PQ. Are you guys okay? A unit vector in the direction of what PQ. This simply means what? Position vector Q minus what? Position vector what? P. Are you guys okay? And we know position vector for Q and then position vector for what? Our P. Are you guys okay? So let's write this. So this is the what? Distance from what? Here to here, or from this to here. Are you guys okay? So we know our position vector for Q to be negative I plus 2j minus what? 2k or minus what? The position vector for what? P, which is what? 5i plus 4j plus what? 8k. Are you guys okay? So let's simplify this. Let's group like terms and then we simplify it. Okay, this negative 5 and I have negative I and then negative 5i. I getting it? So when you add this to give us what? Negative 6i. So I have 2j here and then negative what? 4 what? J, because the negative is affecting all of these what? Numbers in the brackets. Are we okay? So 2 minus 4 will give us what? Negative what? 2j. The same applies to this. I have negative 2 here minus what? 8k. Here we don't know the value of what? A. So we are still going to maintain the what? The A. Are you getting it? So this will be equal to plus into bracket what? Negative 2 minus what? A. K. Are we okay? So now is that what? If the distance between them is 7, so we are going to take what? The length of what? Position vector what? PQ. That will give us what? The distance. This will give us what? The distance, which is what? 7. So we are going to take the magnitude or the length of this. Are you guys okay? So this will give us what? The length of negative 6i minus 2j plus into bracket negative 2 negative a k must be equal to what? 7. Are you guys following? Okay. So taking the length will give us what? The roots of what? Negative 6 or square plus negative 2 or square plus negative 2 minus a or square must be equal to what? The distance, which is 7. So what are you going to do? So because of the root, we what? Multiply both sides by what? By an exponent of what? 2. Are you okay? So we multiply by 2, exponent of 2. Are you okay? So this will cancel the root. Are you getting it? And to give us what? Negative 6 2 plus what? Negative 6 2 negative 2 square plus negative 2 minus a all square must be equal to what? So the square. So this will give us what? 49. Let me be sure whether 7 square will give us here 49. Okay. So negative 6 square will give us what? 30 what? 6 plus this will give us what? 4. So what we are going to do is that we are going to expand this. Are you getting it? Let's look at this. We have minus 2 minus a all square. This simply means what? Negative 2 minus a into bracket negative 2. So this multiplying itself what? Twice. Are you guys okay? So we expand the bracket. Are you getting it? We expand it, then we simplify. This will multiply this, which will give us what? 4. This will multiply this, which will give us what? Plus 2a. This will multiply this, which will give us what? Plus 2a. And this will multiply this, will give us what? A square. So this will be equal to 4 plus 4a plus a square. Are you getting it? So here, this will give us what? 4 plus 4a plus a square must be equal to what? 49. Are you guys okay? So let's group like terms and then we simplify. Are you guys okay? This is 36 plus 4 plus 4. Okay. So this will give us what? 36 plus 4 plus 4. That's 44. 44. So it will be 44 plus 4a plus what? A square equal to what? 40 what? 9. So we can still group like terms. Are you okay? We can still group like terms. So let's bring this and then we equate the equation to what? 0. Are you okay? So when we bring this 49 here, it will become negative. So it will be 44 minus what? 49, which will be equal to what? Negative what? 5. So here we have our a square plus 4a minus what? 5 must be equal to 0. So this was a quadratic what? Equation. Are you okay? This was a quadratic what? Equation. So let's continue. So this will give us what? So we can use calculator to simply give the answer if it's an objective. Are you getting it? So mod what? 5, then 3, then our coefficient for a square is what? 1. So you punch 1. Coefficient for a is what? 4. And then coefficient for what? Negative 5. So we have negative, a real number, negative 5. Okay. So our a value will be 1 and negative 5. I have 1 and what? Negative 5. We have 1 and then negative 5. So this is the, if it's objective, then you use calculator to solve. If not objective, this is how you go about it. A square plus 4a minus 5 equal to 0. So this is negative 5. So look for what? The product of what? The factors of what? Negative 5. So we can take 5 and let's take 5 and then 1. 5 and then negative 1. I guess. So this will be equal to, you can expand this to give us a square plus what? 5a minus what? A minus 5 will be equal to 0. You know, this is the same as what? This. I get it. This equation is the same as this equation. So what? So we take this and then we group them. Are you getting it? So let's factor out. We have a here in common. A. So to left is a plus what? 5. So I have what? Negative what? 1 in common here. Negative 1. Into brackets of left is a plus what? 5 must be equal to what? 0. So we are taking this and this. A minus 1 with either of this. A plus what? 5 must be equal to 0. So now we can either equate this to 0 or this to 0. So when we do that, we get our a to be equal to 1 and our a to be equal to what? Negative 5. So therefore, hence what? Our value for a is either what? 1 or negative what? 5. Thank you guys for watching.